We got Resonators for you guys. Spell FTK, Salamangreat Adventure, and a few more goodies. Let's take a look what's going on, shall we? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first list we're going to be looking at here is Resonator Adventure, actually. So this is going to be a strategy. It's going to basically be the Jack Atlas Turbo deck, as we're going to call it. You'll basically be using the Resonator monsters to basically climb up and build this huge, cool synchro board. And then, you know, right of our Artemisia things out here. Technically, this does special summon a level 4 and a nice level 7 for you to use as synchro material for free. So we have 2 copies of Aquamancer of the Sanctuary, triple copies of the Escantor Dawnwalker, triple copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy as Annoy the Opponent. We have 1 copy of Creation Resonator, triple copies of the Crimson Resonator, probably one of the better cool additions we have. Now we also have a Fairy Tale double Luna engine in here, and 1 Snow. Then we have the 1 copy of the Fire Ant Escantor, and then we have triple Maxi, 1 copy of the Red Resonator, 2 copies of Synchron Resonator, 1 copy of the Wandering Griffin Rider, triple copies of the Wandering King Wild Wind, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Crossfoot Designator, 1 copy of Dracoback the Dragon Steed, 1 Journey of Destiny, 2 Pot of Prosperity, triple copies of Resonator Call, 2 copies of Rite of Artemisia, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence. Then here in the extra deck, we have the 1 number 29 Mannequin Cat, 1 Zeus, the 1 Cheng Ying, 1 copy of the Scarlet Red Dragon, 1 copy of the Red Supernova, triple copies of the Red Rising Dragon, 1 King Calamity, 1 Archfiend Bane, 2 copies of the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Chaos Ruler, and 1 Ancient Pixie Dragon. And then we have 1 Pinkertops, 2 Effect Veilers, 1 Ghost Bell, 2 copies of Token Collector, 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 1 Arby's Feather Duster, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 2 copies of Evenly Matched, 1 copy of Red Rebuto, and 1 copy of Vanity's Emptiness here. Wrapping up, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Resonators for everybody. Next up here, this is going to be Spell FTK. Ah, yes. So this is essentially Shadow Priestess of Ohm, where we are going to essentially aim to burn the opponent out through tributing 1 face-up Dark Monster to inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Demion's Lab. If this card's name becomes Magical Citadel, each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card when that card resolves, and then once per turn, after damage calculation, if your spellcaster monster is destroyed by battle, you can remove 6 counter spells, summon 1 level 7 or higher from your hand or deck. This is just going to be another outlet for us to gather spell counters here. So we have 2 copies of Endymion, the Master of Magician, triple copies of Magician Souls, 1 Shadow Priestess of Ohm, 1 Illusion of Chaos, 1 Broken Bamboo Sword, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 Card Destruction, the 1 Chicken Game, triple copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword, 1 Endymion's Lab, 1 Extra Foolish Burial, then we have 1 Extra Foolish Burial Goods, triple copies of the Golden Bamboo Sword, triple copies of Hidden Armory, 1 copy of the Magical Citadel, then we have 1 Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 copies of Prep, 1 copy of Hornet Drones, 2 copies of Widow Anchor, 2 copies of Engage, 1 Spellbook Power Mastery, 1 Terraforming, triple Upstart, and 1 copy of Wonder Wand. Then we have 1 copy of Frigid, 1 Zeke, 1 Kagari, triple copies of Celine, 1 copy of Link Karibo, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix, 1 copy of Hida, 1 Dehark, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Access Code, the 1 Herald, and the 1 copy of Anintis. And then we have 1 copy of Don Russell Pinkertops, 2 copies of Godarla, triple copies of Maxi, triple copies of Token Collector, 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Magical Citadel, 1 copy of Regeki, 1 Triple Tactics Talents, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here, wrapping up Magician, Spellcaster, whatever you want to call this, OTK, FTK. Next up here is Brave Salamangreat. Now, this one kind of is very interesting because you get to see a deck that wants to basically lock itself into pyro effects. But the cool thing is you can actually set up an Omni Negate here and get you extra bodies on the field here as well. Maybe potential link climbing, if not, free Omni Negates. So definitely some more things to consider, especially, you know, you might be able to play this deck here in the TCG a little bit soon. So we have 2 copies of Aquamancer of the Sanctuary, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Flame Buffalo, 2 copies of Ghost Ball in the Haunted Mansion, triple copies of Max C, 1 copy of Falco, and we have triple Foxy, of course, still only 1 Gazelle. We have triple Jack Jaguar, 2 Spinny, 1 copy of Griffin Rider, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 Draco Back, 1 Journey, 2 copies of Rite of Armesia, triple copies of Circle, 1 Salaman Great Sanctuary, triple Infinite Permanence, 1 copy of Rage, and 1 copy of Roar. Wrapping up the main deck here. Not too bad, honestly. Alright, down here in the next deck, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Transcode Talker, 2 copies of Splash Mage, 2 copies of Sunlight Wolf, 1 Heat Leo, triple copies of Balinix, 1 copy of Link Karibo, 1 Link Spider, the 1 Heat Soul. Then we have 1 Access Code, 1 Mirage Dalio, 1 copy of Pinkertops, 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Space Rock, 1 Token Collector, 1 Harpies Feather Duster, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 1 Twin Twister, 2 copies of Dimensional Barrier, 1 copy of Imperial Order, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here. Wrapping up, essentially, like I said, you get the good, solid working strategy for Salad here, and then you incorporate in the Omni Negation engine, so your opponent can't really attempt to play the game. That's pretty much your solid investment of the block. Next up here, this is we're actually playing Fusion Destiny shenanigans. Excuse me, we're playing, yeah, Neos Fusion shenanigans. Oh my gosh. You know, the new card that we just got here, this deck's gonna get a whole lot stupider because you can search for the fusion spell for this. So this is Neos Fusion / Branded Fusion, the deck. Holy crap. So many cool levels of innovation we can do out here. So we have 1 copy of Adlidium, 2 copies of Albion, triple copies of Aluber, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Annoy the Opponent, 1 copy of Desbian Comedy, 1 Tragedy, 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz, 1 Ghost Bell, 1 Incredible Ecclesia, triple copies of Maxi, 1 Rainbow Dragon, triple copies of Spriggan's Kit, holy crap, 1 Mercurier, 1 Candino with the 1 Coralbane, and then we have 1 Super Elemental here in ES. Then we have triple copies of Branded Fusion, 1 copy of Branded in High Spirits, triple copies of Branded in Red, 1 copy of Opening, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Crossout Designator, 1 Foolish Brill, 1 Gold Sark, triple copies of Neos Fusion, 1 Paradise Branded, 2 copies of Pot of Prosperity, 1 Trickstar Light Stage, and then we got 1 Branded Condemnation. And then we got triple Infinite Permanence here. Down here next trick. Oh, Verti Anaconda, 1 Titanclad, 1 Rainbow Neos, the 1 Draco Stapelio, 2 copies of Mirjade, 1 Masquerade, 2 copies of Lubellion, 1 Guardian Chimera, 1 copy of frickin' Brave Neos, okay, 1 Quadartus, 1 Brigand, and 2 copies of Albion. In the side deck here, we have 1 Lancia, triple copies of Dimension Shifter, 1 Pinkertops, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple copies of Lightning Storm, 2 Twin Twisters, triple Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Vandy's Emptiness here. Wrapping up, really just a pile of cards. And the last list I have for you guys here. Beetles? Beetles. Been a little while since I've seen people out here messing around with this strategy, but this was some of the earlier lists. We have 1 Nibiru, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, 1 Adlidium, 1 Shaddoll Beast, 1 Shaddoll Dragon, 1 Squamata, triple copies of Aluber, 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz, triple copies of Spriggan's Kit. Man, they really loved this card. 1 Ecclesia, 1 Ariel, 1 Windy, 1 Hedgehog, triple Ash Blossom and Annoy the Opponent, 2 copies of Maxi, 1 Despian Tragedy, and 1 Effect Veiler. And then we have 1 Nadir Servant, triple copies of Branded Fusion, of course, triple copies of Shaddoll Fusion, because why not maximize on 6 fusion cards from the deck? We have 2 copies of Called by the Grave, we have triple copies of Branded Opening, 1 Crossout Designator, 1 Branded in Red, 1 Theater, and then we have 2 Infinite Permanents, 1 Rush Shaddoll Incarnation, 1 Punishment, and 1 Shaddoll Schism. Then down here in the next deck, we have 1 Verti Anaconda, 1 Anantis, 1 Winda, 1 App Cologne, 2 copies of Albion, 1 copy of Titanclad, 2 copies of Dragon Masquerade, 2 copies of Lubellion, 1 Shaddoll Construct, 2 copies of Mirjade, and 1 copy of the Guardian Chimera here. Wrapping up this chunk of OCG deck profiles for you guys. Anything kind of cool that you want to mess around with from these decks, please comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your freaking beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. You guys stay safe out there, alright? Peace out, guys. Patrons, Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.